Cymraeg is a 6-bedroom home with lots of communal areas. They've got a nice big kitchen area, dining room, and a games room, which the young people love. So before coming into the care sector, I primarily was a teacher in Spain, which I did for 8 years, teaching a range of people from adults in business to younger people in summer camps. And before that, it was health and safety. Especially when you're teaching the young people in the summer camps, for example, you're there to help them to achieve something. So those skills will transition, and you can use those skills in the care sector. You're primarily doing the same thing: teaching and supporting, helping, nurturing, caring. With the health and safety, before I did the teaching side of things, there's a load of legislation and guidance that we have to follow, and you strictly have to adhere to, and it's no different in the care sector also. There's things and rules and boundaries that we have to follow, so that the young people we support and care for have the best care that we can offer. I did the level 4-5 qualification because it seemed like a natural step for me to go on to next. I had just finished my level 3. The level 4 came up. The potential position of a deputy manager came up, so they go together. And I knew that I could learn a lot from the level 4, and I could use the practical experience from the level 5 then to implement some change into the home. So I learned a lot from the level 4 in terms of understanding legislation, what legislation is out there, and also from things like theories and coaching models. As a result, I now take a more proactive approach and try to anticipate things happen rather than react to things that have happened. And hopefully then this can get passed on to the staff team through reflections of things that have happened, and we can use our reflective conversations to always try to improve things moving forward. At the end of that, then you have better support and care for the young people, which is ultimately what we're there for. I always remind the staff that we're working in their home. It's where they live. So if we're just doing everything we can to ensure that we are as knowledgeable about our own job as possible, they benefit from it, the young individuals. Managing my time, it wasn't easy. It was a challenge because, you know, it is a qualification that you're trying to get done at the end of the day, and you don't get given this stuff for free. You have to put the work in. It involves a lot of time, but it also involves time management for myself. So the way that I did things was it was in 2-week chunks. I'd have my tutor would give me a small assignment to complete on whatever, and to be done in 2 weeks. So I would get that done in the first week, and then I can switch off for the second week. So I know that the pressure for that 2 weeks is off in the latter half of the fortnight. Especially level 4, it is quite involved, and you do need to sort of focus in for a good hour or two to get your brain sort of working on that academic line of thinking. My learning primarily was done on a one-to-one basis with my with my tutor. So I always felt I had that support. And then I did my own research, which is important because you need to find this stuff out for yourself, which will give you a better understanding of what it is you're actually looking for. What was in the level 4 standards definitely helped to guide me and keep me on that path. I'm not an academic person, and I did think I was going to struggle. However, I in the end, comfortably got through the level 4, level 5. So my project was done on the independent life skills that we have in the home. The original documents that we had, they were outdated. So with the level 5 being project-based, work-based, it was a perfect opportunity for me to take the original ILS program and revamp it and make it fit for purpose, which is what I found really rewarding about the level 5, because it's not a case of me doing a project and ticking a box to say, well, that's done now. That is actually implemented into the home. Off the back of the level 5 is now, the ILS program is now up and running in the home. We had young people involved from the start. What I liked about the qualifications is level 4 taught me everything that I need to know about the job that I'm doing. And then the level 5, which I love doing the level 5, because it is implementing everything you've done in level 4 and you put it into practice into your own, or my own care home. When I first started in my position as deputy manager, I lacked a lot of confidence, but having completed the level 4, level 5, I'm now a lot more confident. Ultimately, it made me more knowledgeable about my own job and what it would be expected of me in a managerial position, and it's all there for me. And I also appreciate that I had very good guidance throughout the course from my tutor. It has taught me everything I need to know to be able to move forward. I can't harp on enough about how important it is to get the knowledge from that level 4 and then use that knowledge to implement the level 5. So, and of course, having already now done the level 4, 5, that will help me to register as a manager moving forward.